9, St. Ignatius gives 3 more reasons why God might allow us to remain in spiritual desolation. So the first of these reasons is because we've slacked off in our spiritual life. This should not surprise us. For example, if a person fails an exam because they didn't study, it shouldn't be so much of a shock why they failed the exam. And in the same way, a person who feels spiritually distant from God might wonder why, but it could very well be that they just haven't put in a consistent effort in maintaining their relationship with God. This situation is extremely common, at least it's common in my life, and if it applies to us, then we have something identifiable to work on, something that we can name and work on, which is actually a bit of a relief. But say we have been consistent in our prayer life, we have been putting in the time to work on a relationship with God, and yet God still continues to allow us to be in desolation. What's going on there? Well, St. Ignatius gives 2 more reasons. The first of 2, is to test our authenticity. It might be the case that our relationship with God might be getting a little too transactional. In other words, we might be treating God like a divine vending machine, only putting in the effort to pray to God because of his benefits and blessings that we can get out of him, and not out of pure love. So this is the proverbial fair-weathered friend scenario. And the last reason God might permit our desolation is to help us develop a sense of humility. When things are going well in our lives, there's a huge tendency to think that we are the cause, that it's because of my abilities and my spiritual prowess. But the truth is that all of life's blessings and joys and consolations are pure gifts from God. We can't just conjure them up ourselves or turn them on like a switch. But consolations and God's blessings must be received. And for us to do that takes some humility. So just by way of summary, desolation might be due to the following 3 reasons. 1, we're lazy. We just haven't put in the time. And if that's the case, we've got something identifiable to work on. 2, to test our authenticity, to avoid the fair-weathered friend scenario. And the 3rd reason is to develop a sense of humility, to help us realize that God's blessings are pure gifts that come from him that need to be received.